Social Security and a $200 raise for all. But how much? That's a great question and exactly what I'm going to focus on for you here in the video, as this is a really good plan, but also a massively flawed plan, which I will clarify for you here in the video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, the infamous $200 raise that we've all heard about so many times over the last several years, as this was actually originally introduced way back in March of 2020, as a small group of senators came out and introduced this as a temporary $200 per month raise. Now, obviously, nothing ever happened with it, but a lot of people probably don't realize that was only going to be very temporary out until the end of the year because of what we were dealing with in 2020, which I think we all remember that, right? Yeah, so I think we would have been very, very sad when the time came when we rolled over to 2021. Again, this was years ago, and if they would have taken that away. But again, like I said, nothing happened with it. Then it kind of just went away and it just disappeared for a couple years. And then not that long ago, maybe a year and a half or so ago or so, not sure exactly when it was, but Bernie Sanders came back and he reintroduced the $200 per month raise, which is encompassed within the Social Security Expansion Act. Now, to be fair, I've dedicated videos here on the channel talking about that, and we've discussed every little detail of that plan. Now, not a bad plan at all, right? It's still out there, but this is kind of an interesting thing because what it does is it suggests a $200 raise for all Social Security beneficiaries on a monthly basis, which again translates into $2,400 for the year, which I think at this point you probably know that. However, let's talk about that for a second because as of right now, there are over 72.5 million people receiving Social Security benefits every single month from the Social Security Administration. It's a lot of people, 72.5 plus million people receiving these benefits. And again, these are benefits across the board. But here's the situation. If they were to implement a $200 permanent raise to all beneficiaries across the board, let's just quickly examine what that would actually cost, okay? Let's just assume the beneficiaries stay at 72.5. Now, obviously, that number is oscillating and changing literally every single day and every single month, but let's just assume it stays at 72.5 million people, okay? 72.5 million people with a $200 per month raise would be $14.5 billion a month. More is what that would cost. It's a lot. That's just a month. $14.5 billion a month, okay? Now let's extrapolate that over the course of an entire year. Every year that would cost an extra $174 billion that'd be going out the door from Social Security to the beneficiaries. Don't get me wrong, that'd be awesome, right? I think all of us would be super, super happy with that, and that would be a very nice thing for a lot of people. But this is why I said earlier at the beginning of the video, it's a great plan, but it's a very flawed plan. Now, here's why I say that. Does everybody need a $200 per month raise? My response to that is no, certainly not, okay? Do some people need it? Yes, absolutely. Some people 100% need a $200 per month raise. But does the beneficiary that's receiving, I don't know, $2,500, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $4,500, or even the maximum benefit right now of $5,108 a month, do they need an extra $200? My answer is probably not, right? Especially when you get higher on the benefit scale, $3,000 plus dollars a month. I'm going to say they certainly don't need a $200 per month raise, right? But somebody receiving less than, say, the average benefit, which, by the way, right now the average retirement benefit is just less than $2,000 a month. Does somebody around that range need a $200 per month raise? I would say yes. The average and below, for sure. Yeah, exactly. So how many people would this encompass? I don't have an actual number / statistic right now as far as how many people this would actually encompass, but it would probably be around, at least half the beneficiaries, probably even more than that, because here's why. Remember, when we talk about average benefits, it's all the benefits added up and divided by beneficiaries. It doesn't take that many people that are receiving a benefit significantly above the average to really skew the average higher, making it look like, oh, they're all getting $2,000 a month. That's not the case at all, right? I would say the majority of people probably get less than the average benefit, but the situation is there's a handful of very, very high benefit earners that get these high benefits that bring the average up significantly. That's why it looks like that. But anyway, let's just say that it's half, okay? Just for easy mathematical purposes, let's just say it's half the people. So that would be, let's just call it 36 million people. That's about half of 72.5 million total beneficiaries. So just for easy math purposes, we'll say 36 million people. It's about half that receive either the average of about $2,000 a month or less. And again, depending on the benefit type, it could be retirement, spousal, survivors, SSDI, SSI benefits, whatever it happens to be. Okay, we're just across the board, all benefits administered by Social Security, okay? So let's just assume 36 million people, okay? Now let's run the math again and see what this would cost. Okay, 36 million people multiplied by $200 per month would be 72, okay, I'm just trying to run it as I talk here. $7.2 billion a month more, okay? So it's half. It's literally half of what we paid out for all beneficiaries. Okay, now we're saving some money here. We just literally saved $7.2 billion a month because of that. Not bad, right? Now let's extrapolate that over the course of the entire year. $7.2 billion over the course of 12 months is about $85 billion. Again, I'm just kind of roughly figuring this out mentally as I'm talking here. I'm trying to calculate it. It's about $85 billion. Is what that comes out to be. So again, we just cut our expenses in half. Now, does that seem a little bit more reasonable? Absolutely. Remember, right now, Social Security is paying out over $1.3 trillion a year in benefits to beneficiaries every single year. It's over $100 billion a month is what's going out the door to beneficiaries. It's a lot of money. And they're drawing down the trust fund. Remember that as well. The money that is coming in right now into Social Security through payroll taxes is not even covering what's going out to the beneficiaries. They're digging into the trust fund literally every single month to make those payments to beneficiaries. They're drawing the trust fund down. They're digging into the piggy bank or the savings account. Is if you wanted to look at it that way, that's literally what the trust fund is. They're digging into it every single month to make payroll. Payroll being the benefits going out. They're digging into savings, okay? That's okay. That's what the trust fund is for. But remember, the more that benefits go up, the more they got to dig into the piggy bank to make sure the benefits go out to the beneficiaries. So let's wrap this thing up by saying this much. If we were to go to the lawmakers right now and say, we demand a $200 per month raise for all beneficiaries, it's going to cost $14.5 billion a month or $174 billion a year. Do you think lawmakers would say, sure, sign me up, I'll jump on that right away, I'll vote yes? Not a chance. They're going to say, I don't think so. We're drawing out of the trust fund. We're drawing it down by about $50+ billion a year, and you want to draw it down another $174 billion a year? Not a chance. That's going to be about $225 billion a year is it would be drawing down the trust fund. They would not like that. Not a good thing. However, what if we went to lawmakers now and we demanded a $200 per month raise for about half the beneficiaries, again, just for easy math purposes, about 36 million beneficiaries who are receiving at or below the average benefit. And we use it as a comparison to the original numbers I gave you, which was all beneficiaries at a price tag of $174 billion a year, or we give it to half the beneficiaries, 36 million people, at about $85 billion a year, or about $7.2 billion a month. Do you think that's something a little bit more appealing? Do you think that they could possibly say, yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. I mean, it's still a huge price tag. It's still going to cost a ton of money, but it seems a lot more reasonable. I mean, $174 billion a year, not a chance. That's not happening. But yeah, we could see maybe spending an extra $7 billion a month to help out seniors, people with disabilities, older adults, those people that are retired, living on their benefit and relying on this money that could use an extra $200 a month. Absolutely. Yeah, I think we could probably make that arrangement, right? But then what if we cut it in half again? And what if we said only those people that are receiving a benefit under the federal poverty line? Do you think we could support a $200 per month raise for them? And let's just assume, again, I'm just for easy math purposes here, that this is maybe, I don't know, the 12 million people. Okay, again, I'm just making up a number for easy math purposes here. It actually is about that. It's about 12 million. It's actually a little bit less than 12. It's about 11 million, but let's just say 12 million for easy math purposes. It's a third of the people that receive a benefit below the average benefit, okay? So anyway, let's just say it's 12 million people, and now we go back to them and say, we demand a $200 per month raise for 12 million beneficiaries who are receiving the lowest benefits that are either at or below the federal poverty line. It's going to cost, well, let me run the math on it really quickly. It's going to cost $3.6 billion a month, or about $36 billion a year. Sorry, I had to calculate it really quick. It's going to cost $36 billion a year. Now, would that be appealing? And we use all of these other numbers that I've given you as kind of reference points along the way. Now they're thinking, hey, that logically makes sense. A $200 per month raise for everybody? No, nada. That does not make any sense whatsoever. It costs way too much, and it goes out to way too many people that don't need the money. Nope, not in support of that, right? And they're not. They're not going to support that. Not a chance. There's just no way. Because higher income beneficiaries don't really need it. That's why. It doesn't logically make sense. But if we were to present these other two proposals here, which is just those people that are at or below the federal poverty line, about 12 million people, or about half the people, half the beneficiaries, about 36 million people who receive a benefit equal to or less than the average benefit of about $2,000 a month. Could we pull that off? Any of these maybe seem a little bit more appealing. So you see this whole thing, how it works out. And again, like I said, the plan of a $200 per month raise is a great plan. But I think in its current state right now, it's massively flawed, and it's never going to get anywhere because it's set up in such a way that nobody could really back it up and support it when it comes to the lawmakers. But if they came forward with this with a logical, common sense approach of let's just send it to the people that actually need it, not everybody, now we're talking. Because are lawmakers really just going to deny people that are living below the federal poverty line? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're doing it every day by not doing something for them. But I think it'd be a lot harder to argue that and be like, no, we're not going to do that. Really? How aren't you going to do that? It's not going to cost that much at the end of the day. Anyway, long story short, I think you understand it by now. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Otherwise, I could literally sit here for another hour talking about this. It's very interesting and fascinating, so I hope this helps you. Anyway, if I'd ask a huge, huge favor of you, number one, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It is 100% free to do so. There's a big subscribe button down below. Again, only if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Otherwise, if you can think of one or two people that benefit from this information here in this video, or that benefit from knowing me and or this channel here, please feel free to share this video. There's a share button right down below as well. It's 100% free to do so. Thank you. Really, really appreciate your support as well. Thank you so much for being here. Otherwise, check out the thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel in the video library. Down below in the description or the top of the comment section, I have some hand-selected popular videos for you there, or right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, just have a nice day, and I hope I can see you again soon in the